Hello, welcome back to the 513 Radio Show. I'm your host, Gavin Balmer, alongside my co-host,
Chance Johnson. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Battle of Stalingrad. And we even brought in, I guess, straight from the battle himself.
Hello. My name is Steve Gardner, and I just came back out of the Battle of Stalingrad.
Well, Steve, what was it like out there?
Well, son, it was bloody as one can be. The last I heard, around 1 million of my fellow Soviets died. It really breaks my heart, but we kept on fighting, and they surrendered.
We actually just received a report that said 1.1 million Soviet lives were lost. Gavin, did you get the report about the Germans?
Yes, I did. I heard 230,000 German lives were taken. Such a tragedy for both sides of this battle.
Well, quite frankly, we really don't care about the Germans, son.
Well, that's just a bit harsh, Steve.
Steve, how long has this war been going on?
Well, I remember. All I remember. I don't even know if I remember. Was it all starting before that winter came in? And they were coming and overwhelming us, saying, "Get out of your houses, people! It's time for the Germans to take over." And you know what? It ended that same winter because they weren't prepared for anything. And I couldn't tell you exactly. I just remember it was so dastardly cold that my toenails, I couldn't even pick my toenails because they're frozen to my toes.
Well, Steve, I think we've just gotten a report that tells us the exact dates. I think Gavin has them.
Yes, we have the exact dates on that, Chance. The battle started July 17th, 1942, and the battle ended February 2nd, 1943.
Steve, we don't really know why this battle even took place. Care to tell us a little bit about how it broke out?
Sure, son. Anything for a fellow commie like yourself. It all started when those dang Germans invaded my motherland. They were trying to get our oil fields, and the only thing we knew to do was to fight back, because we had no choice, or we'd be eating sauerkraut too for supper.
Didn't the Germans try to take over a large industrial sector of Stalingrad?
Well, young buck, they actually did manage to take over a part of it. They're going house to house and taking everything with them. But, the one thing they couldn't take away, they couldn't take away our pride and our honor and our love of country.
How did you guys manage to fend off the Germans?
Trust me, son. With me at the front lines, no German kraut eater is gonna be taking our city. But it also helped that there was a very cold winter at the beginning of 1943. And it caused those baby Germans to surrender.
Gavin, weren't you talking about how our Soviet friends cut off supply lines?
Well, yeah.
Boys, them Germans just don't know how to fight us Soviets. When we fight dirty. We went straight for their supply lines, and once they were cut, those pesky Germans had no food or water for weeks. This made it hard for those Krauts to fight back against the tough Soviet forces, and the harsh winter caused most of them to freeze to death.
Well, Steve, I couldn't have said it better myself. You just have a way with words, don't you?
You know it, son? Those Germans. I got you this time, Hitler.
Well, that's it for Steve. It was nice having you on the show, buddy. Chance, did you get any reports on what the combat was like?
Well, the man himself, Steve, was telling me most of the combat was house to house until that winter came and the Soviets had the Germans pushed back on their heels.
This marked a very important turning point for the Soviets. The Germans then realized it was going to be harder than expected to take over Stalingrad, Russia.
Yes, we will have to see what the Germans' next move is.
Yes, we will, Chance. The Soviets are saying this is one of the greatest battles of the war thus far. What do you think about that?
Well, I would have to agree with you that they did fight off some hard-fighting troops, and they did it in style as well.
Yes, they did. And that'll be it for the 5-on-3 radio show. Thank you for tuning in, and stay classy, Shelbyville.